This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Swimmers here.
Swimmers here. Swimmers here.
The Adult Swim Podcast.
I guess if you're financially well off, you can be well hung. I mean, that's, you can
True.
achieve that. It's not like you have to be born with it. Maybe it's mentally.
That's one way to put it. Nothing wrong with it.
Well,
Yeah.
Carey, my name is Mike. This is
I'm
Hi,
Rusty.
Mike.
I'm the guy you've been communicating
That's
with through
Rusty.
social media.
Yep.
We appreciate you coming
Rusty,
on
why
with
are
us.
you in half the frame?
We're on a
Kind of hanging.
hold on.
I only see half your face.
yeah, we're on a little iPad.
We're on an
here.
iPad thing.
Oh, a little
Yeah.
iPad. Oh.
Yeah. We're not recording
So
the
you guys
podcast
are
on an
sharing
iPad.
camera
but
time.
Yeah.
The camera I can
Just the
see
camera
fine
here.
behind you there.
Yeah, camera's grabbing all of us. So the people that see this will see the back of our heads and your face. So that'll be good. We think that's the best way to
What's
shoot
the deal?
things.
Who painted your mural back there?
We had several people in the community paint it. So
Really?
We're in the only true high-rise building here in Waco, Texas. We're on the 21st floor of the
Waco.
Alico building. This building's been here for 110 plus years. And so we had some folks come in and do this. We built 3 different studios up here, and we put out somewhere between 50 and 60 episodes of podcasts a week. So
Wow.
we're throwing out a lot of content.
That's a lot of podcasts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope, man. Y'all been doing it how long?
I started this company in 2019. So we're going on 5 years. This show, we just started, the Adult Swim show, but we've been doing a King of the Hill show twice a week for about 2 years.
Yeah, about 2
or
years.
so now.
Me and Mike,
Really?
we started the King of the Hill show together.
Mhm.
We actually started a David Letterman podcast together, and it kind of broke off into. We realized that King of the Hill was our something we could talk about easier. So we did the King of the Hill one for 2 years, and then we've been debating on another show. And we both were at different points of our life when Adult Swim started. He was in his early 30s, and I was 12. So we're kind of bringing 2 different perspectives. Because I remember watching the Brack Show and Aqua Teen and C-Lab and all
Yes,
that
sir.
as a 12-year-old. So that's what kind of the show is.
Youngster.
It's like a juxtaposition
Well,
between our generations.
If I had $1 for every time somebody said, I grew up on your show.
Oh yeah, you heard it. Yeah, you probably heard that a million times. I'm
I
sure.
don't feel old at all.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that won't
You
do it
did,
to you.
you young whippersnapper. It's cool though, man.
So Carey
Yeah, that's really
Means,
cool.
Carey Means,
Yes.
FRYLOCK.com, right? That is the new website.
Carey Means what?
Carey Means, FRYLOCK.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Your wife
My
said
wife said it.
She
It
said she
must be
built
true.
you a website. That's right. That's right.
That's my techie, man. Everybody needs a good tech head in their lives.
Yeah,
you
that's
know
what
I'm
she
saying?
said.
Yeah,
She
everybody
said,
does.
She's
for sure.
mine, because without her, I could barely check my email. You know what I'm saying?
She said a tree fell on your house, and so you had to move somewhere, and then she took a walk-in closet and made it your studio.
Well, yeah, we lived in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Mm.
It's the same complex we live in now, actually.
Oh, okay.
But, tree fell through the roof and almost killed me.
Wow.
Oh wow.
I was at home with the 3 kitties.
Yeah.
She had just left the house. She went to
Mm.
go work out with her dad.
Mm.
And it was on Father's Day, as a matter of fact.
Oh, wow.
Clear, the sky was clear as a bell. It was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there working on a commission piece and
Yeah.
playing my PS4 or whatever.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, boom, this thing came through the roof, man.
Oh
Like,
no.
like a bomb. Literally, it was like a bomb hit.
I don't doubt it. Yeah.
I'm sitting there in shock, waiting on the final death blow, waiting on my death
Yeah.
to come. So I was
Yeah.
like, this is it. I'm going to die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What have I done with my life other than Aqua Teen?
I'm
Nothing. Damn it.
I'm gonna order a French fries. Leave me alone. All right.
You know,
So
but thank God it didn't kill me.
yeah, no kidding.
So
No kidding. Now you can do more Aqua Teen.
2.5 weeks later, we were able to get our cats out of the deluge damaged building that we used to live in, because the apartment management didn't want to let us back inside because of
Oh,
the
yeah.
danger of the tree and everything.
Yeah, sure.
We even called the what do you call it, animal control,
Mhm.
to try to come trap them and get them out.
Mm.
The guy lied though. He took one look at that. infrastructure was like, I ain't going in there.
I don't really want
Yeah.
So
He said he went in and set a trap, but he did.
he didn't set any traps.
But
So
we
Carey,
ended up lured him out and got him out.
oh, you
So
lured
they're
them
all
out.
safe.
Would you
They all
like
safe,
peanut
yeah.
butter or what? What are we talking about?
Well, they eat these kitty treats.
Yeah.
They're crazy about these kitty treats that
Yeah.
we feed them every morning.
Uh-huh.
And I had a ritual with them. I would set their bowls by the door
Yeah.
every morning and give them these kitty treats, right? So once they heard that box shaking, they came running.
There you go. So
We talked the management into letting us feed them.
So they were staying in
so
that.
we ended up
They were
coaxing them out.
They were staying in that crushed apartment, and then you
Yeah,
had to
they
rattle a
stayed
box
there
to
for
get
2
them out?
weeks.
Wow, that's crazy.
People thought they ran off or something. I didn't
Yeah.
know if they
Yeah.
ran off or
Yeah,
not. You know, there was
yeah.
a big enough hole for them to get through. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
But they stayed put, man. They probably was like, Mom and Dad ready to bring their ass back. They got some
we don't have thumbs.
They're awake
Come back.
here.
Yeah.
They waited.
Yeah,
They waited for us to come get them.
Well, you hear about
came
that
and
stuff
got 'em.
all the time. You know,
And they're
pets.
safe today.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Carey, let's talk about how you got into this. So Carey Means, number one, thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. And,
Not a problem.
yeah, and let's talk about FRYLOCK and any of the other stuff.
Thundercleese.
like what-
actually, my favorite character you do is Thundercleese. Actually, not FRYLOCK. Thundercleese is my favorite character that you do. The Brack Show is just, I mean, it's all time great for me and like my pantheon of Adult Swim shows.
So how do you get into this stuff, Carey? What
I started on theater on the stage.
Yeah,
man.
you do have that
Started
kind of
acting
stage
on the
voice.
dare
Yeah.
in
yeah.
college.
Yeah.
And once your voice changes when you're like 12 or 13 and you start talking like you're going to talk for the rest of your life, and my voice started sounding like this.
Right.
So all my classmates were like, man, do this, do that. They wanted me to do all kind of stuff with my voice and everything. I was like, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
You know, it was just I could do impressions of some of the faculty and staff in my high school, and they would ask me to
That'll do it.
make fun of the teacher that did the morning announcements, and he had this very peculiar voice, and I would make fun of him and just stuff for fun, you know what I'm saying? But once I got into high school and college and stuff like that, I started performing with the choirs, singing in the bass section in the choirs, whatever choir I was in high school and college. And then in college, somebody came to my dorm room and was like, they're looking for somebody to be in this play, to play a homosexual. I was like, yeah, I'm comfortable with my masculinity.
Sure.
I don't have a problem going in and playing a person of color or character. Well, when I say color, I don't mean skin color.
Yeah,
I mean
I understand.
color, personality.
Sure,
that type of
sure,
person.
sure.
I don't want to get into trouble with any LBGTQ, XYZ, PDQs that are out there.
I think we're good. Yeah.
But, you know, I didn't have no problem with my masculinity, so I went to audition for the role, and the director saw me perform, and she was like, no, I want you to play the heavy. I want you to play the villain in this show. I was like, okay, let's do it. So my very first role in the theater was the villain in the show.
What was the show?
Oh, shit. You would ask me that. It was one of those old stage plays, man.
Gotcha.
I can't remember the name of it. These characters are all from Missouri.
Yeah.
And they kept talking about wanting to go back to Kansas City and stuff like that. And I can't remember the name of the damn show. It's so long ago, man.
That's all right.
I'm talking freshman year in college. This is 1985.
What
you know what,
what college are we talking about?
Lincoln University, Jeff City, Missouri.
There it is.
There's two Lincolns. One's in Nebraska
Uh-huh.
and one's in Missouri. I went to the one in Missouri.
Okay.
I had a full ride music scholarship when I started.
There you go.
When I graduated, I was a commercial art major because I couldn't hack music theory. I couldn't write down those notes and lyrics, and it was like calculus with notes. I couldn't do that shit, man. So I was like, I'm going to change to something I know. I know how to draw. I've been drawing all my life, so let's do that.
So did you
change
did
to
you
commercial arts? So
did you
changed
follow
my
that
major?
Did you start doing art?
I changed my major to commercial art. Graduated. Got here to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And my professor was like, you need to contact Georgia Tech. So I contacted Georgia Tech to try to further my career in graphic design. And they were like, oh, we don't have that department up and running yet when I got here. So this was 93. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, back to the stage. That's what I did. I mean, I was working a day job.
Yeah.
At a market research firm called Booth Research. I can say the name now because they're now defunct.
Sure.
But I was the guy in the 90s that would call you up during dinner and ask you questions about your cable provider. Do you think in 10 years everyone will have a cell phone? Somewhat likely, not at all likely, very likely. I was the guy you was hanging up on.
Yeah.
When you were trying to have dinner at your house, calling you about stupid shit like cell phones in the future. The future.
Sure.
What do you think in the future we'll be able to fast forward, rewind, and pause live TV? Do you think we'll be able to do that?
Yeah.
And look at what we can do.
Yeah.
We can do exactly that now.
So two things.
It was a company that was laying the groundwork for
Yeah.
those types of things like cell phones and all this crazy shit. So during that time, it helped me. It helped me with the voiceover thing because I had to read from a script from these dumb terminals we had.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm reading, hi, my name is Ted Koppel, and I'm calling from Zazaza Research, and I want to talk to you about this. And you're reading the script and everything, so it helped.
Yeah.
It helped because you're reading aloud.
Yeah.
And
did you do it?
I finally got the nerve to go in the studio and make a demo.
Yeah.
Because people were telling me, your voice, you got to do something with this voice, man. You got to get on radio or something. I was like, okay.
Sure.
So I went in and cut the demo. Started back then, you had the snail mail stuff. You couldn't just click a button like now and send your MP3 to like Warner Brothers or Hollywood or something like that. You can do that shit now, but you couldn't do it in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So you had to go in the studio and record the old-fashioned way. Get an engineer to do your sound effects and your music for you. And I went in there and did that, and I started shopping around my demo, man. And there was this girl I was doing a play with who kept coming late to rehearsals and kept showing up missing rehearsals and stuff. And I was like, where do you go? She's like, oh, I just had this audition. My agent sent me here. I was like, who's your agent? I just asked her one day. I was like, who is your agent? I need to know who this person is. So she gave me the information. Long story longer, the agent contacted me. She already had an in with Cartoon Network. So next thing you know, I'm doing bumps for Pokemon, and I'm the announcer for the original run of Samurai Jack.
Oh, wow.
On the next Samurai Jack gets into this, that, and the other.
Sure. Oh, wow.
I was the guy who was
I recognize that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was the guy who was telling you about the next episode of Samurai Jack.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
At the time, this guy was a production assistant. He's probably a CEO now. Over there. His name is Larry Morris. I remember the name because I went to high school with a guy named Larry Morris. But the guy I went to high school with was more like Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. But this guy was a PA at the time. He ran the Matt Malero and Dave Willis, the co-creators of Aqua Teen. He's like, you got to hear this Carey Means guy. He'd be perfect for the show y'all doing about these food products, man. So I'm in the break room of my day job, the day job I was telling you about, with the script from Rabbit in one hand via fax machine. And then on the other hand, I had the phone to my ear. I was reading the script, and I could hear Matt Malero and Dave Willis cracking up in the background. I was like, no, meanwhile, don't get a jam box. And they're just cracking up, man. Just laughing their asses off. I was like, what is this crap? I am not going to get this gig, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was running around Atlanta doing musical theater, wherever I could find a gig. Theater. That's why I tell people who want to get into voiceover, start with that. Start with doing some theater or some improv classes.
Sure. Because
that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to be able to think on your feet and quick.
Yeah.
Quick, fast. And somebody sends you a script on Tuesday at 8 a.m. and they want it by 2 p.m. You can't memorize this shit. So you might as well just learn how to cold read.
Right.
Basically, you got to learn how to cold read and cold read fast.
Yeah.
One of my first gigs as voiceover, I'll never forget this, is 1997. It was a Blockbuster Video.
Wow.
Why is Frosty so cool? He shops at Blockbuster Video. Why is Rudolph's nose so red? He shops at Blockbuster Video. And I was like, I was almost 2 hours late for that session. I was like, I'll never work in this town again. And they kept calling me back to do more stuff. And I was like, okay, this seems like it might be a viable career path. So next thing you know, like I said, I did audition for FRYLOCK in that break room. Next thing you know, it came down to me and one other guy. The other guy was too dull, too boring, too droll. So
was FRYLOCK before Thundercleese?
It was about the same time.
About the same time.
It was right around the exact same time. I got Thundercleese around the same time I got FRYLOCK. And they found out that I was classically trained in the arts and vocally done opera. So I used to sing with the Atlanta Opera Chorus, the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra Chorus and all that. Yeah. So they found out how I did that. That's what an episode about the three hams.
Yeah.
That's where that came from. They had me singing it's Thundercleese operatic style. 3 hams will fill him, 3 hams will thrill him. Of course, that's what Brack heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For his twisted mind, that Thundercleese said, "Feed my goldfish 3 hams." So remember that. So that's how that went, like that.
Yeah, I love Andy Merrill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Brack show.
So two things. Commercial art. I also have a degree in commercial art that was like a default for me. And
Really?
so yeah, never did a damn thing with it. And then I used to own some video stores, so I was about the same time you were doing those Blockbuster things. But the one thing you said to me that didn't make any sense is why is Rudolph's nose red? Because he goes to Blockbuster Video. I don't understand that coalition.
That's the way they wrote the script, man.
I'm just
the way they
saying.
wrote the script.
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
telling
get that
you.
one either.
I'm just saying.
Why is Rudolph's nose so red? Because he shops at Blockbuster Video, and I guess he sticks his nose in the return slot.
I guess.
Yeah.
Something like
or sticks
that.
his nose somewhere it shouldn't be.
Yeah, somewhere in somebody's Blockbuster.
No, there's a lot of jokes about why Rudolph's nose is red.
Oh, absolutely.
If you've ever watched Family Guy or any of those shows.
Oh, there's tons
I'm
of
sorry,
jokes about
Rudolph,
it, yeah.
you have cancer. Is it curable? No, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Oh, Rudolph snorts a lot of cocaine.
That's probably what it is, right
That's
there.
why his nose is so red all the time. It's the post-nasal drip from the cocaine usage.
So tell me about when you get this script for Frylock. This has to be unlike anything you've ever read or gotten. Did you think...
All I had to go on
Yeah.
was the description of the character. I didn't have a physical description or a picture.
Okay.
My agent described the character's character to me, be frank. She's like, okay, his name is Frylock. You get the correlation, Frylock, Sherlock, like Sherlock Holmes.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. She's like, he is the straight man. He's the guy who wants to solve the mystery. He wants to get the case solved, wrapped up, get to the bottom of the mysterious caper, whatever they're dealing with. The other two are just idiots. And I was like, okay, so that's all I had to go on. That was it. That was the total description of Frylock that I had. And I had the script in my hand for Rabbit, and I was like, no, B-Why, don't get a jam box and all like that. So I guess they just thought it fit.
Yeah.
But apparently, Frylock was always in here. He came out that day.
Yeah.
And been out ever since.
So how many times do you think you've played Frylock at this point?
How many times?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's over 200 plus episodes.
There's a lot of episodes, yeah.
Well, then
there's 2 times that I wasn't Frylock, and that one of them was
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Baffler Meal.
Yeah.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
I was not Frylock in that. And the other one was the live action one they did with T-Pain.
Yeah.
Frylock and H. John Benjamin was shit. Funny story involving that. According to Dana Snyder, we were supposed to play ourselves. We were supposed to be in that as ourselves.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the powers that be decided to go with T-Pain and H. John Benjamin. I guess they needed the gig more than we did.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know.
T-Pain was really hurting at that time, I'm sure. Yeah, he needed to.
Yeah, he was hurting all right.
He needed.
I ain't got nothing against the guy.
Sure.
I never met him.
Sure.
Don't know him from Adam.
Yeah.
But I knew he's a rapper. That's all I knew about him. You know what I'm saying? So I guess they figured that the fans would go gaga over T-Pain as Frylock or something.
It is a crazy. That's a crazy episode. Because it is so unlike everything else, I mean, with the live action and all that stuff, it's nutty.
One of my least favorites for obvious reasons, but
sure.
One of my very least favorites is the Party All the Time one with with that rock and roll guy. What's his name? What's his name? The guy that's in there.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Frylock has cancer. They give Frylock cancer.
Yeah. I think Rusty's looking
guy.
at it. Yeah.
His name escapes me. I met him too. He came to Atlanta.
Yeah.
He came to Atlanta one year.
You're talking about Andrew WK.
Andrew.
Oh, there you go.
WK.
Oh, yeah. Now I know. Yeah.
The party.
Yeah, I know exactly what episode you're talking about too. Yeah.
Guy that liked to get punched in the face.
He was wearing the exact same outfit they had him in the Aqua Teen episode when he came here. The white T-shirt, the white jeans.
Well, I think that was
and
his
deal,
on a tour. Right? That was his thing. Yeah.
He was on a cross-country tour, and it was called The Positive Power of Partying. I ain't lying. This was like 2016 or something like that. He comes to Atlanta, and people were asking him who they should vote for and how to raise their kids and shit. It was crazy, man.
Yeah, that's
And-
just that
And
seems
then
like
all
the
he
last
was talking
person.
about was partying.
Yeah.
So it was like
Yeah, that's funny.
party. That's-
Yeah.
He gave us some stale pizza. Well,
So-
we sat there and listened to him talk about partying for an hour. So
sell your kids
and
and
then
party.
the guy who had the passes, he's a friend of mine. He took me backstage and he was like, "Yeah, this FRYLOCK is the show you was on." Aqua Teen. Like, "Oh yeah, hey, how you doing?" So we took a photo.
Yeah.
and
Oh, that's cool.
everything, But
Yeah.
I don't think I ever posted it because it looks like I'm pointing at his junk because he's a tall guy. It's like, "Hey, look, ladies."
Here's the
So I never posted that photo.
Andrew
but-
WK's junk. That's what I tuned in for.
That's what I was pointing at in the picture. So it was like,
got you,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna post this photo.
So
I'll save that one for some other time.
When
Crop it down. Crop it out.
when you can crop it out, you can't crop it down. When I look at the stuff about FRYLOCK here, some of his abilities: multi-ray eye beams / fire extinguishers, fry launcher, fry radar, which is FRYDAR,
Where did you get this information?
and levitation. It was mailed to me in a secret envelope, but yeah, those are
Wikipedia.
those are his powers. Am I missing anything there other than his father-like abilities for these two idiots?
Well, he's got the VHS in his back.
Oh, that's right.
There's a VHS tape player.
Yeah,
I think they should update it to at least
DVD,
maybe
A Netflix account.
CD player.
Blu-ray. You got a
Yeah.
laser disc Blu-ray.
Or he's got a Netflix
Is that
account
you
in his
calling me?
back.
No, I didn't call you.
That's so weird. I have Carrie's
I'm
voice.
doing
in
an
my head.
interview here.
It's the
I
cats.
know, I have Carrie's voice in my head calling.
That's the cats going meow. It might be Kato
It's all those cats.
calling me by name.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
It's
You're
okay,
good.
honey.
All good. So the first episode was the Rabot, right?
Right.
And it shows that your last appearance was Anubis, which was an episode. Is that
I'm
that
sorry.
correct?
I'm jiggling this cord here. I got to shorten
No,
my
you're good.
microphone cord.
It says
My earphone cord.
gotcha.
Every once in a while, I can only hear you in one ear, but now it's fine.
It says your last.
Anyway.
It says your last appearance was Anubis, which is an episode. Is there anything past that?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Season 12.
Yeah, season
episode
12 just
4.
aired, right?
Season 12, episode 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clandestine 5. They called it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
call
yeah.
5 episodes a season. I didn't know they could get away with that.
Yeah,
but
that's
apparently
nuts.
They can.
That's nuts. 5 episodes
But-
of a 12-minute show. Yeah.
I would prefer 25.
Sure.
Myself, but that's just me.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, as a
But,
fan,
hey,
I would
was
prefer
glad
that
we
many
came
too.
back the way
Yeah.
we did, and hopefully there'll be more.
Yeah.
I hope so
wish I
too.
could. I wish I knew for certain there'd be more,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Well, it seems to have
you
a
don't
really
know
good
what these
fan
executives are going to
response.
do.
That's exactly.
It seems
right.
to have a
We just
really good
got bought
response
out.
though.
Wait, say that again.
Adult Swim just got bought by, Time Warner just got bought by Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
Discovery Channel,
Yeah.
Time Warner,
Yeah.
Cartoon Network,
Yeah.
Adult Swim. So
Yeah.
when you buy a corporation, what do you start trimming the fat at the
Yeah.
bottom,
Yeah.
which is Adult Swim. So
Well, it's always
the last time I
people.
went in the
Yeah.
studio to record, all the guys I was talking to in the studio was like, "Yeah, they just laid me off. They laid me off. They laid me
Oh.
off. They laid me off." I was like, "Shit, they laid all you guys off?
Yeah.
I better stop telling people we're back." I don't know what to tell people now. I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, we're kind of back if they want us."
I
don't know.
God, I hope that you
Did
guys
you see
are
the
able to-
Pop Tarts ad they did?
No.
They
No,
did
I
a
haven't
Pop
seen that.
Tarts ad.
Pop Tarts.
Yeah,
Aqua Teen Hunger
with
Force.
the Aqua Teens.
Oh, cool.
No,
I'm gonna have
that'll
to check
give us,
that out,
Yeah,
yeah.
that'll give us something.
I'm
to go
not
look
in
for.
it.
Yeah.
I'm not in. My voice isn't in it anyway. There is somebody going num 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 as FRYLOCK, but it ain't me.
Yeah, but it's not you.
Like they're eating the Pop Tarts
Yeah.
at the end.
Well,
of the
that's the
spot.
thing is from what I've seen on the internet about fan response to the new stuff, everybody seems to love it. Like all the fan base and everything seems to be geared up for it. That's one thing that we kind of run into with our King of the Hill podcast and the fan base.
Uh-huh.
They're in the middle of producing a remake, not a remake, but a continuation is what they call it. They're not calling it a reboot; they're calling it a continuation. And everybody's kind of, hey, is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? How's it going to be? How did you feel about Aqua Teen when it came back? Is it kind
Oh,
of
it was
like
just like riding a bike.
riding
man.
a bike.
We never lost a step.
yeah,
We never lost a step. The stuff
Yeah.
is so funny. It's the writing.
Yeah.
The writing's
It's the writing.
insane.
It's Matt
Yeah,
and
the
Dave's
writing's
writing,
insane,
man.
man. Yeah.
That's
Writing's
what it
wonderful.
is. You know what I'm saying? If those guys ever stopped writing it, then we'd be in trouble. But
Yeah,
I
that's the
don't
reason
think they'll
why.
ever
I mean, I
stop.
guess that's the reason why it's been as funny as long. It's still funny. I was watching some of the earlier episodes last night in preparation
Yeah.
for talking to you
Yeah.
today, and man, Rabot had just on Rabot. I had to pause it 2 or 3 times because I'm a very vocal laugher, so I got to pause whatever I'm watching when I don't even watch movies in the theaters no more because I got to pause it. You know what I mean? So I get my laugh out.
Yeah.
So
my wife hates it when I do that.
yeah. I'm
She hates
bad
it when I
about
do
it.
that.
I
I'm
have
like,
to watch
wait,
movies
I gotta
alone.
see that again. Rewind.
Yeah. I got to watch movies alone because people don't like watching movies the way I watch them. So TV
you're like
shows
me,
too.
then.
Yeah, TV shows
Yeah,
too. So I'm
yeah.
sitting there
You
pausing
gotta-
it. 11-minute show. I paused probably 15 times just so I could laugh. It was so good.
So can you Carey, can you talk about some of your coworkers? Let's talk about
What do you want to
Meatwad.
know?
Y-
Ooh, this
yeah.
is good.
Meatwad, Master Shake, Carl. Let's talk about those folks.
We just did a show
Yeah.
called Animate
Okay.
a couple of weeks ago in Raleigh,
Uh-huh.
North Carolina. And
Uh-huh.
believe it or not, we had Dave Willis was there, who never does shows.
Right.
He did this one. I don't know what they offered him
Yeah.
to pull him out of the webs to have him come out and do a show.
Sure.
But he was there. MC Chris was there. Myself.
Oh, MC Chris.
Dana Snyder. Gary, I can't remember his last name. The guy who did Uncle Ruckus, he was there.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And we had a funky good time. And the guy from Your Pretty Face.
Oh
was
really?
Going to Hell.
Yeah.
He was there. So it was like an Adult Swim takeover, man, a rally. We had a ball.
Yeah, that's
But
awesome.
then Dana texted me like when we got back, and it's like, we all have COVID now. And I was like,
Oh no.
Oh no.
all right, that sucks. I was fine.
It happens. It happens now.
Maybe
At
I
least
gave it to them. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
But,
from. He
I
probably
hope not.
brought it from the cats.
Well, when you go to these shows, man, you're in contact with people. You're shaking
Oh
hands.
yeah.
and Nobody's masks are optional now, so
Mhm.
nobody's wearing masks anymore.
Yeah.
Not even on the airplanes. The airplanes used to be mandatory.
Yeah.
Now it's an
Nobody's wearing
option.
them anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
We my wife and I are heading to Orlando next week from Texas, and I think about those whenever you get on the plane at this point, because we flew whenever
The mandatory mask thing.
we flew when you did have to, and now it's just so weird to see everybody just going about their business. It's just so odd that we got through this thing. And
No, what I
it's
found was
still
crazy
around.
was the people who was getting kicked off the planes for refusing to wear the mask.
Yeah.
I don't have to wear it.
Yeah.
Or they wear it down here under their nose. or
Just to
something
piss
like
somebody off. Yeah.
And then they hold up a whole flight because they don't want to follow the mask mandate. Like, just put
Sure.
the damn mask on, man.
Yeah, just put it on. It's
I
not that big a
hated it.
deal. Yeah, I hated it.
I couldn't
too,
stand
but
it.
It's
But
the
I had
way-
a cool mask, though. I had a FRYLOCK mask.
Did
Somebody
you?
made one for me.
There you
That's
go.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like FRYLOCK's goatee and the lightning bolt
So
in his nose.
There
That was
are
my mask.
there are 2 characters, actually 3, but the 2 different characters on Aqua Teen Hunger Force that are my favorite. One are the Moon Knights. I just love them because
We are the
they're
Moon
just
Knights.
so stupid.
Yeah, I love it so much.
But
It's
then
hilarious.
MCP Pants also is one of my all-time favorites. I just love the fact that there's this terrible rapper and the spider and the whole thing. That's one of my favorites.
I did a show with MC Chris a few months before we did this show in Raleigh,
Yeah.
and we had never done a show together.
Oh,
So
okay.
he had these sweatshirts that said Pizza Butt. It was like the
Uh-huh.
Pizza Hut logo.
Uh-huh.
Instead of pizza, it said pizza. He had those on his table. Then he had his zip drives with his music on it, and that's all he had on his table. I was like, dude, where are your prints? Where's your autograph stuff? He's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to lug that stuff around, Carey. I was like, lug it around.
Yeah.
You got an 8-year-old son right here.
Yeah.
That's your pack mule.
That's
it
right.
look-
That's right. There's-
Anyway,
there's a way to get that
then
stuff
when I
in.
saw him in Raleigh, he had prints on his table this time.
Yeah.
But he had the spider.
Yeah.
He had Hesh.
Yeah.
But he didn't have any MCP pants.
Yeah, man. That seems like a
with
lost.
the candy in his hand.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you tripping. You got to get the MCP pants. You got to get the
Yeah, you got to
character
get the
with
MCP
the candy
pants.
cane. and
That's a fan
everything. He was like,
favorite.
yeah, you know what? You're right. I was like, man, that should be the first one you printed out. Are you kidding me?
Heck yeah. That's you got to give people what they want,
I got to
man.
teach them how to do this.
Yeah, you got to put him
Teach these
on,
folks how
man.
to do
Yeah,
this.
you got to put him on, man.
So talking about that,
Well,
talking about that, how many of those shows do you do a year? Like, I'm assuming we're
cons?
talking. Yeah, I'm assuming we're
I'm
talking.
gonna be up you guys' way.
Oh yeah, when's that?
It's a funny name. It's called Bowsy Zowsy or Bow Wowzilla.
Okay.
Bowizula Bala.
Bowie Zula Baba. Boy, I love it.
Bowizuzuzwa. I'll
Sure.
send you the link.
Been there many times.
Once we get off, I'll send you the information.
Yeah.
It's gonna be up either in or near Houston.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
So
Houston's a big one. Yeah.
you could probably find it if you type in Comic Cons near Houston.
Oh yeah. We'll find it. The one that
February 4th and 5th.
4th and 5th
of February.
Huh.
Oh,
is coming up?
Is it Brazoria County Comic Con?
That's it.
Brazoria
County. Yeah, that's the county Comic Con.
That's the show I'm doing.
So
Brazoria County. I know. I see. I was close.
Yeah, you almost had it. Yeah,
But
you might be out of town. though. You said you're going to town. Is that the weekend you're going out of town?
No, actually, I'm going this next week, and then
you're going the end of the month.
Yeah, during that week,
so you'll be back.
During that week, I'm going to go over to Houston for a couple of days, so I may try to make it over there. Yeah, that'd be awesome. So
check it out.
How many of those shows?
I've never been to Texas.
Oh, really?
Never been.
How many of those shows you do a year?
Not enough.
Yeah,
I love to do them.
Yeah.
I would like to fill my calendar. I would like 2 or 3 a month, but that'd be ideal.
Sure.
But I don't do nearly as many as I want to, man.
So it doesn't get old, like sitting there and talking to all the fans and stuff. That's great. That's wonderful because you hear so many people like in your spot that are like, yeah, I just hate doing them, but I got to do them and blah blah blah.
Well, those are the people that shouldn't do them if they're jaded on the con circuit. Then you got do cons.
Yeah, for sure. Because there's
obligated to do them, like those Power Ranger folks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
those Power Rangers, their contract must do X amount of cons every year. Or they got to. You can't film them or take pictures of them or some crap.
Yeah, because
stipulations
through all this podcast and stuff. I have an animation podcast called Animation Conversation that I actually do with a Hollywood animator. His name's John Fountain, and he worked on Fairly Odd Parents for like 7 years. And that's one thing that he doesn't do. He does not do cons at all. He does commission work online, but he does not do any type of, because I told him, I was like, well, what if our podcast takes off and we have to go this and that? He said, you'll be the envoy. He said, you get to go do all that. He said, I'm going to stay at home here in South Carolina while you fly around the country doing whatever you got to do. He said, I'm an old man. I've already done all that. I'm good.
Yeah. Some people just don't want to do them.
Yeah.
Dave Willis was one of them until they got him to come to rally. He might do a few more. He actually was surprised. It was so fun. He didn't know he was going to have a good time.
I think that's what it is. A lot of people are hesitant.
He thought it was going to be like, these people.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's I think there's a misconception too. It's just going to be a bunch of sweaty nerds. I feel like people everybody loves these shows. People of all walks of life like these shows. It's not just some kid who smells like BO. It's everybody who likes these shows.
I've met neurophysicists and all kinds of people from all. That's one of the things I do. I ask people what they do for a living while I'm signing an autograph form. So what do you do for a living? And you just be surprised.
All kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I bet you do. Yeah. I bet you are surprised.
It's all walks of life, like you said. It's just not. All nerds are different.
That is true. That is true. Now, any of them that are buying those waifu pillows, though, you probably want to stay away from those folks.
Buying what?
Those waifu pillows.
Oh,
the giant
the anime pillows, the big anime body pillows.
Yeah. Maybe
what
stay away.
What is that? Is that an acronym for something?
No, it's a Japanese. It's an anime thing. Like it'll have an anime character on the pillow, and then they get to know the. Let's put it this way: they get to know the pillow very well. Through maybe means that we don't want to talk about. But,
physical relationships with inanimate objects.
They're big fans of their pillows. Yeah, big fans.
Big fans of pocket pussies too. Yeah,
that's true. That's right.
I have an artist friend online who does an adult comic strip.
Yeah,
does adult comic strip starring an adult female character. She's very busty. And she's gotten wedding proposals.
Oh,
sent her And he's just sick of it. He's like, this is just stupid. She's a made-up character. She is not real. Stop
Well,
sending dick pics and wedding proposals to this character, please. That's got to let him know he's onto something successful here.
well, you know, they
Maybe too successful.
that Chat GPT, the AI stuff, they just opened a little market where you can go and see other Chat GPT engines and stuff. And the first thing that the market started filling up with were AI girlfriends. So we know, you know, there's definitely a crowd out there.
There's
that
a
stuff.
guy somewhere in the world married his AI
Oh, I don't doubt that.
girlfriend.
Yeah. If Dennis
think
Rodman
Japan
can
or
marry
something like that.
himself, yeah, then somebody can marry their AI.
Married an
girlfriend.
AI
Yeah.
character.
So, Carey,
And I'm like,
we don't want to take up a ton of your time. So, tell us what you got coming up besides the Brazos-Logalaga County Fair or Comic-Con. What else you got?
Close enough.
Yeah,
enough.
I got you. Sure.
Oh man, just more shows, man. I'm doing
Yeah.
another one. February, I'm going to be at February 25th, 24th and 25th. I'm going to be at another show called Happy Valley
Oh,
Comic-Con. It's in Pennsylvania.
I bet the suicide rate
So
in
I've
Happy
been up
Valley is
PA way
really,
before.
really high. You know?
Happy Valley.
Yeah, I bet.
You heard of it?
Yeah. Happy Valley. I mean, that's.
I was supposed to do it last year. but
Mhm.
I ended up doing Pensacon in Florida
Mm,
instead.
Pensacon.
So, that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, people can contact me on social media if they want to check out my shop.
Yeah. And
I do have the shop, which is a link to the website. They can shop and they can get a print signed by yours truly.
yes,
They can
sir.
contact me if they want an original Aqua Teen themed piece of artwork.
That's awesome.
Those aren't cheap though. Those start at like $200.
Sure.
But they go up from there. The more intricately detailed you want it.
Yeah.
Like this girl wants the characters from Wayne's World. The scenario with the Aqua Teens. That's a little more than 200,
Yeah, I would
something
imagine.
Like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If you want Carl water skiing with Meat White as the water skis and the Moonanites shooting from their spaceship or jet skis, and that's going to be a little more as well, something like that. So I do commission pieces for people who want some FRYLOCK artwork, Carey Means artwork,
That's
Aqua
awesome.
Teen themed stuff. I'm working on one now where Carl is being raped by Ham Banana and Spaghetti is on the front lawn. Cheering him on. That episode, believe it or not, that's one of if you know somebody that's never seen Aqua Teen before in their lives and you want to introduce them to the show, you got to start with Ham Banana. That's one of the first ones you should start with. Start with Ham Banana, follow that up with Dickaso. And if they're not hooked by then,
I'm starting to pick up on a theme there.
Yeah. Rape, murder, and dicks.
There it is.
That's what Aqua Teen is all about.
Well, Carey, thank you so much for spending some time with us. We really appreciate it. It was lovely meeting your wife, hearing about your cats. I'm glad you didn't die from a tree falling on you. And I'm really hoping now at this point that I can make it up to Houston there for that Comic-Con. That'd be cool.
Man, it's going to be fun. I'm going to try to be some of that Texas barbecue,
there
baby.
You go.
There
I'm
you
gonna.
Well, see, I'm from St. Louis, so
So it's a different
you know our
barbecue.
barbecue. They probably do things a little different in Texas, but I can't wait to
It's
taste
a little different.
So
It's a little different.
St. Louis, is that mostly a red sauce, white sauce, yellow sauce? What is that?
It depends on who you talk to.
Yeah.
I'm all about the sauce myself.
Yeah, no kidding.
I like a good sauce, and I make a kick-ass sauce myself.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
So
we're gonna get a FRYLOCK sauce in store soon.
That's not a bad
There you
idea.
go,
No,
man.
not
There
a
you
bad
go.
idea. Yeah.
Put my
I would have
name
to
on
get
it. Let me
permission
get
from
some
Adult Swim
kickback.
because they own the rights to the character.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, it could be
But-
FRYLOCK, or something like that.
Change the name a little bit.
Just scoot around. that a little bit.
Fryman.
That's right.
Yeah, there you
Fryman.
go, Fryman.
Fryman's fry sauce.
Fryman's saucy. I got a buddy who just came up with his own.
Yeah.
My brother actually has his own sauce and marinade type stuff. I don't.
Well, you got a fan base. I'll buy your sauce. I mean, I definitely buy it.
There you go, Carey. You sold
Word
one.
up.
That's right. You sold one.
I'm gonna have to go in the kitchen you right now and get
There you go. Get to whipping it up, man.
stirring.
Get it going. Well, Carey, thank you so much for coming on. We really
Yeah,
appreciate
guys.
it.
Yeah, I appreciate it a lot, man.
Can I get
Thank
you?
you guys. I appreciate you.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Can I get you to say one thing on the
There's
way?
something you want me to say.
Yeah. Can I get you to
A
say
plug.
on the way out? Can you say something about FRYLOCK? You know, maybe it's coming as FRYLOCK or something like that, and say "Swimmer's Ear" is the name of our podcast. So maybe you know, make sure you listen to it or whatever.
Now?
Yes, please.
I didn't know. I didn't know you were
I got
ready.
you. Yeah. Whenever you're ready.
This is FRYLOCK. You're listening to Swimmer's Ear. Don't get an infection. Peace, love, and fry grease. I'm out.
That's wonderful.
That's wonderful, man. We
Thank you
appreciate
so
it a
much,
lot.
Carey. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
And
Thank you guys.
we're gonna try to come see you in Houston.
Also,
Appreciate you.
I'm gonna keep in contact with you too. We might have you come on again or whatever. If anything kicks off with Aqua Teen, like it's always cool to talk to people doing these shows that we love. That's the one thing that I like about this podcasting thing is I've gotten to talk to so many people that all you had to do is just ask. You know, it's kind of like it kind of trips me out sometimes with some of the people that I ask, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." All you had to do is ask, and then you just think that there's so much. But everybody's just people at the end of the day, you know what I mean? And
That's exactly it.
That's where this kind of stuff shows.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, you guys take care of yourselves and take care of those cats. And take care of that wife of yours, and good luck on the circuit. And I hope to talk to you again sometime.
Peace.
All right, man. See you. You can find Swimmer's Ear anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemedianetwork.com.
Don't forget to take your Claradrill.
See our ad in Tables and Chairs magazine. This has been a Rogue Media Network production. Side off, girl, and I didn't